Yo, understanding everything that you said, basically you're talking about being a complete MC and not somebody who just raps. And I think that's the problem today. We have a lot of people that rap that want to be MCs, but they don't really know how to be MCs yet. And KRS-One, I always use this quote. KRS-One says, a rapper can rap about life, but an MC can rap about your life too.
Right. And
one thing that I can tell you about the Breathin Fire project is that even when I heard you from the Snow Goons track, on First Infantry, to now, it's like the bars are being placed in a way that you have to think and be mindful of what bars are to catch what a bar is. What's the difference between a crafting bars and just pinning bars? What's the difference?
Crafting bars and pinning bars. I would say pinning a bar would be like, you have, a setup, a scheme. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you want sauce, now you don't want sauce. That's duck sauce. You see what I'm saying? So in the sauce, the duck sauce is the Chinese, another sauce. Mm-hmm. But if a nigga wanted sauce, he want a problem with you. Now he don't want a problem with you. Mm-hmm. Nigga, you ducking me. Mm-hmm. That's duck sauce. But that's like a double metaphor, but you have to be in that you have to be in the moment to pin that bar. You pinned it right there, so you want it to stick. And my whole thing is letting it stick. You see, Curry, he keep his hand up and go. You want the bar, every bar to stick. You want the bars to stick, but you also don't want them to stick in one listen.
Facts, because this is.
Let me break it down.
Wait. Before you go, shout out to Fat Boy Sharif, because he put that quote from you in the beginning of his video where he said how when you talk about how if people didn't rewind your shit, you knew you didn't have it. Talk about it.
My whole thing is called I write lines. My lines is like landmines. So you might go over the line. When you hit a landmine, it blew up. So you laughed at that bar, but you missed the new bar that was after that bar. So when you laugh, you skip the whole bar and then you caught back up and start listening again. But you just missed something in that laughter. Mm-hmm. So each time you rewind, you're gonna get something new out of a listen. If you didn't have that planned in your rhyme, if it's too easy where you don't have to rewind nothing, it's not gonna stick. It's not like soul food. It's like fast food. It's too, it's not giving no thought. You're not giving provoking thought. So the thing is, you have to provoke thought. If you're a scientist in this rap shit, I'm an MC scientist, so I provoke thought. I want to provoke thought. Every time I craft something, I want to provoke somebody to think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, I said my world was born. When I was small, I brushed my hair to the side like Minister Farrakhan. So I said my world was born. When I was young, I used to brush my hair to the side like Minister Farrakhan. They said that, see, people were like, yo, he did have his hair going to the side for all his life. But you have to put that bar there. You might have missed it, but then you go back to listen to something. Or I said, it's a different world now. No Monica Dean, me fall off. Y'all joking like the comedy kings. But when you hearing the lines, you might have to go back because you was laughing in the beginning at something else that you heard that you liked. So you start laughing, you miss something. You continue to listen to it, you laughed again, you missed something else. Every time you caught something, you missed something. So it provokes you to rewind it, and then once you rewind, I give it about a couple of rewinds, and then you like, yo, that shit was pretty good. That's how I listen to music.
Yeah.
And that's how it inspired me, because if I listen, and then I'm halfway through your stuff, and it's like, wait, whoa, what did he say? Hold up, he killed this. I hit that rewind button. So I let my tape pop. He said I rewind my tape pop to the tape stop. That's what he said. That's what he said. When you don't have the rewind factor in your music, that means you made it too easy for your fans. It's not going to stick. It's not going to stay in the tape deck long enough.
But that's the turning point of hip hop right now. A lot of people want to vibe. They don't want to think or appreciate the bars. And the most disrespectful thing I ever heard someone say is, "I don't listen to hip hop for the bars. I like the beats." So in today's aspect of hip hop, what's killing it? The vibe or the bar?
The bars is coming back because, you know, the battle rappers, all they have is bars.
Facts.
And it's acapella, it's no beat, so it lifted the craft. Because why did the music come back? The music came back because the battle rappers have grabbed hip hop like a pit bull and shook it. So now people, you know, the East Coast really is into more battle rap than even making songs. The songs that the East Coast really put out is trap music and down south music.
Except for Griselda, and they're like the hottest thing out.
Right now, Griselda is giving you that music, but that music is coming. Like, I got a whole League of Shadows with myself. I bringing that to the forefront too, but they gonna, once they hear me and hear more stuff, people gonna be like, yo, that's hip hop too. Because I'm not talking about I'm just putting energy, real lyricism to the play. Benny Butcher's doing the same thing, Conway, The Machine, all of them is doing the same thing. But I'm noticing people are following their trend of rhyming with no drum, just a loop. I'm listening to that too. I'm seeing how people is like mimicking in that and taking that style. Yeah. And there's others been doing that, but it's a underground rappers. It's an underground tier of rappers, you know, that's seasoned. Because Benny the Butcher is seasoned.
Yes, he is.
He's seasoned. He's been kicking up for a long time, but he hasn't really placed himself. R.J. Payne.
R.J. Payne does the same thing.
It's a long time in the industry, but these are the guys that's coming next, and I'm happy to come along on that shit. And rock you to sleep with the lyrics, and then people are saying that, you know, yo, I'm loving the lyricism, or I appreciate the lyricism because it's out here. You can't let the younger generation dictate what you love, because people are saying, oh well, if you do, who you doing it for? You're doing it for yourself. You're an entertainer, but I'm also doing it for me, for my love. I'm not doing it just, I'm an entertainer, but I'm not doing it for 20 to 21, 20, 25 and under, 18 to 25. I could care less if y'all don't buy my music. I'm not, you know, there's no disrespect, but I could care less if you don't. If you're not in love with hip hop, if you're not listening to it, if you don't inspire, then that's on y'all. Like, it's enough people out here, we all can eat if we participated and we have love for the culture.
And that brings the interview full circle, because at the end of the day, we started out with it. Even if you're an elder statesman in the culture, vibe to your people in the culture. Because when you disappear, then that void causes a lot of anguish, and then that's when we get a lot of the youth versus the old and the old versus the...
Well, I was going for a minute, but in my absence of hip hop, I mentored a lot of artists.
So talk about that. Let's give a shout out to them.
You know, Majid, the Vills, man, Ace Spado, most of the cats from Southside, Hard Knock Life, you know what I'm saying? My little cousins, Riot, all that. You even had Samad Savage and Ibn, you know what I'm saying? Great talent, you know what I'm saying? And this is what it's about, man. It's like, you know, everybody has their own team. Like Illmatic got his son rapping. There's younger generations. I have a younger generation coming behind me, like Do Bills, Jux, Clerge, Preem. All these is young artists in they between 27 and 35. And these artists are super talented. Getty Gabano, you know what I mean? It's a lot, man. And then you have the ones like Fierce, my age, you know, that's still dropping music, good. Ib the Druid, you know. You have As Is still dropping. So we still here. And since it's a market of branding and you're your own boss, do what you love. We gonna support. I'm gonna support all the artists that supports me. And even if you don't support me, if I like your stuff, I'm gonna support. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out and support, because really we just need, Jersey has to get out of that competitive stage and get more supportive. You know what I mean? But we still gotta do business. We still gotta take care of business.
So then tell the people who are looking to support you how to support you. Drop your social media and let's have some fun.
All right, my social media is Niggy Knock, NIGGYNOC at Instagram, Twitter, Yasin Muhammadi, and Nocturnal. I have I didn't separate the page, but it's a page, Nocturnal page. Yasin Muhammadi on Facebook, Nocturnal page on Facebook, of course. My YouTube page is Nocturnal Muhammadi. So go there, subscribe, get it in with me, and watch the old stuff, and then it'll bring you up to date. I'll bring you up to date. You know, I got some stuff coming. I got League of Shadows coming. Peace to Low Key. They got Smoke and Mirrors coming for this last quarter. I got 4 more videos coming. 2 more for Breathin Fire. The one we just shot for Go Hard. I'm trying to flood the market. You know what I'm saying? And salute to everybody who supported. Salute to everybody who inspired me. You know what I'm saying? And salute to Heritage Hip Hop for having me.
Facts. And everybody out there that's listening and watching, listen, stream the project to your heart's desire. But if there's something on there that you like, or you like the entire project, we at Heritage Hip Hop are not into the stream. We want you to buy the music. And we put our money where our mouth is. Because when this project dropped, we bought it. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is this: if you want great music, you have to own your music. Because if the internet went down today and you didn't own your music, you would not have that song and you would not have that music to listen to. So please support. And with that being said, it's time for the rapid fire questions. Now, you was on here before. You did the rapid fire already.
What's that?
Not the yes, no questions, but the questions at the end where I ask you about your legacy and things like that.
All right.
So now I have new questions for you.
Okay.
It's time to go in. You ready?
Yep.
Question number 1. This I didn't ask you. What song or album that's outside of your catalog perfectly describes you?
What song outside of the catalog that's out?
Outside of your catalog. Somebody else made the song. Who made a song that perfectly describes you or talks about your life?
Nobody. It hasn't been done yet.
Okay. So nobody has made that song that touches your heart.
No, describes. You said describes.
Yeah, this is you. Like when somebody put that on, they get like, yeah, that reminds me of you.
No, nobody.
So then what is the song that hip hop needs to make that will reflect who you are?
It's coming.
I like that.
It's coming soon.
I like that.
I got a reason. I guess there's a reason behind that. The reason is what I see today in hip hop. I don't see the guys saying everything is coming from a street aspect in hip hop. You got to be a drug dealer. You got to be some hustling dude. I never heard nobody talking about they worked hard. I flipped fries, or I did Burger King. I did 4 jobs, and I did my music. I'm hearing all the other stories. Yo, I had this, I had bag, I was getting the bag, I had this money, I had this, I was on the ad, blah, 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 blah. And it just keeps going on, but it's always the same narrative, like, oh, he was a drug dealer, now he raps. And there's a lot of cats out there, I ain't knocking it, you do what you want to do, but this music is mine. So, when you come with that perspective, I want to come with my perspective, but people on the street kind of like respect that perspective.
That's right.
Because why do we respect that perspective so much instead of the guy who works every day, that's hard working, making the minimum wage or making the $12? Because I worked at Sea Caucus, UPS, doing a demo, and then when DML was over DMV in East Orange, and Johnny Dangerous was the engineer, I was doing music so long and I always had a job, I always worked, I never hustled. So I wasn't walking around with the fat dookie rope or from the corner with the big Nefertiti on. I worked hard for my money. So my Jabot jeans, I worked hard for that. My gold frames, I worked hard for that. But I'm not coming from a drug dealer perspective because my name is Yassin Muhammadi. I grew up in the Nation of Islam and I couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. But I still had love for the culture and I break dance and everything else. But I don't see that. I see everybody saying they hustle, they coming from this, to get their street respect. Mm-hmm. That's basically what cats want, the street respect first. My respect came from hip hop, ciphers, hitting ciphers up, real music. Nobody can ever tell you I owned a block or I had a block or whatever, because that's not true.
Okay, so then my next question is, being that the cypher culture of hip hop is what's dead, how do we bring the cypher culture back?
We bring it back by just telling the truth, because a lot of the artists they won't tell you the truth. They won't say, hey, I worked. Everybody want to come from this angle of hustling. I hustled. I made moves. I had money. I'm coming from a different perspective. I'm just coming from I'm the guy that was positive on the street. My father wouldn't allow me to sell. I couldn't sell drugs. My father killed me. I had a father in my life. I had a mother in my life, and they was pro-black, and they wasn't allowing. None of that was allowed. So I was raised with Jews and inspired by hip hop, the culture, graffiti, breakdancing, and rap. I breakdance. I carried radios. We had cardboard. So I'm coming from the real, the beginning of it.
Essence, yeah.
The essence of hip hop. And we never talked about, my mom brought me a suede front. You know what I'm saying? I had windbreakers or whatever. But I couldn't get every pair of Adidas. I didn't have 6 pair of sneakers. Mm-hmm. And people didn't have it either. That's why niggas was stealing and taking people's stuff.
So then, how do we change the narrative from hip-hop is that to hip-hop is joyous again?
Well, we had it. And I'm gonna tell you when we changed it, because it became open to the masses. When hip-hop was only on the radio 2 hours, 1 hour, it was more true to itself. Once it opened up, now when Queen Latifah gave you Unity, when the X-Clan gave you what they gave you, the Jungle Brothers gave you an Afrocentric side. They wasn't talking about selling drugs. They was talking about putting the gold down. They was talking about the bees, the African medallions, no gold, hanging out with Paz, hanging out with Mace. See, when you had that hip-hop, you didn't have everybody jumping in the Jay-Z lane. Even I sold drugs from that perspective. I'm a hustler from that perspective. Now I'm on. To me, same old perspective. You know what I'm saying? I want to come from a different angle, and I'm proud of that angle I'm coming from, because nobody can take my work from me.
So I like that you said that. We got 3 more questions. The one question I have now is, you brought up the essence of hip hop, and the essence of hip hop is actually coming back, because rap is only one part of it. You see graffiti coming back, and especially in commercials. You seeing dance come back, because even if it's not called hip hop, Team Lil Man and all them kids, they're dancing their behinds off right now. So what pillar of hip hop do you think besides rap is important, and it's important for us to keep that alive as well?
The dance is always important. All aspects of this is important, because you ain't even trying to limit nobody's creativity. Mm-hmm. And another one that really doesn't get the language, that's not really, people don't really look at the language. Mm-hmm. Hip hop language has changed. Not only the graffiti, not only you have the dancing, you had the language.
The slang.
See what I'm saying? We like to leave that out. But the slang is one of the most important, and I'm gonna tell you why. That's where all the lyrics coming from. Mm-hmm. You can't use the word fresh. Why you can't use fresh now? Because fresh is kind of old, and fresh is this, and it might mean something else. You know what I mean? So your slang you have to be up on the new term. Mm-hmm. Yo, I'm getting that bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting that dough. I'm getting that bread. I'm getting that bag now. So the slang, if you're not up on your slang, where you from, you can slip. Mm-hmm. and not be relevant or not able to communicate to your base, to your fan base.
So check this out. I love that you said that because hip hop is ever evolving. Hip hop is the only music culture that's alive.
It's a nuclear power.
It's God given.
It's nuclear.
Jazz was originally a slang word that meant sex. Then you had jazz music because it was sexy. It made you think. It was the horns, it was the piano, it was the woman melody. I mean, that was jazz. Rhythm and blues is not a music genre. Rhythm and blues is your heartbeat and your mental capacity. That's why most rhythm and blues songs is about love and depression. Some people can talk about happiness in their music because they're about elevating the blues.
Right.
Because blue can be sad or blue can be refreshing. Look at the sky. Hip hop is the only genre that talks about your life in the womb, out the womb, your growth, your heartbeat, your harmony, your steps, your journey, etc. How has hip hop made your life better than what you never have doing it ever?
My expression and my expression is in the purest form is therapy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have an outlet to go to enjoy. Not only is it a love, it's a hobby, it's a passion, but I also do other things. But I like the music, hip hop, because I dance, I break dance. Now I can't do that no more. You know what I mean? Like that. I can get busy, I can cut some rug, but you know, it's a difference. My youthfulness is not there. I can still have the language. Whatever I'm strong in right now is my language aspect of hip hop, and my art. You know, I can show you hip hop from stuff I draw or my music. So as you get older, you're not as physical no more. So the dancing, you go where you go to where you can best express yourself, where you're comfortable expressing yourself. So if you're good at dancing and you express yourself through hip hop, great. You know what I mean? If you're good at playing an instrument, great, because you can express yourself. These are all tools to express yourself, and it's different levels of expression. Just like there's different levels of artistry, like artistry. You know what I'm saying? You have to respect all the levels, you know, and then find what's comfortable for you.
So then my last question to you for this interview, and thank you for coming. Everybody remember to support Nocturnal, get the Breathin Fire EP, subscribe to heritagehiphop.com, Heritage Hip Hop, YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, and listen to this. Off of everything that you said, I'm gonna ask you to put your Professor X on right now. You got Cerebro on. And right now, you're finding all the new MCs and all the new dancers and all the new artists. In a world full of racial inequality, like that has ever changed, in a world full of coronavirus, a world full of death, despair, and people looking for hope, what is the most important message hip hop can give the generation now and to the generations in the future, from your understanding?
The message that hip hop can give. We're a global force. Hip hop could, and I think it's doing it. I believe in my heart that hip hop has no color lines. It's a sound energy, and we created it, but it's global, and it's a voice of the people. Hip hop is the voice of the people, and it's not religious. You can be in any religion and still listen to hip hop. It's nuclear energy. It's nuclear sound energy. It's a powerful sound, and even when you listen to guys from Amsterdam speaking in Dutch, rapping in Dutch, rap is now in all languages. So we have grown. It started here, but now it's global. So anything that we do, we're being looked at. We create the culture, we're being looked at. We created the cell phone, we created the PCs, we created the computer, we create everything. So if we created everything, black people can make us great again. We can't make America great. They won't allow that. There's too much hate there. We have to connect with our brothers and sisters. Just like we made America great, we gotta make our brothers and sisters great over the water, motherland, Africa. We gotta make that great again. We can go over there and build up over there. We can build here, but look what we've been fought tooth and nail trying to build here and be successful here. They don't want us to, they want us to keep us in a box and conform to their control, but they're the ones that need us. You see? We are the hosts, they are the parasites. Period.
And with that being said, make sure you subscribe to heritagehiphop.com. Make sure you subscribe to Nikki Knock on Instagram.
Subscribe, get that breathing fire, go cop that. I appreciate that, man. Check out those lyrics, man. I guarantee you a rewind, a couple of playback. I definitely guarantee a couple of playbacks. That's a guarantee facts. That's to say that.
And once again, to everybody out there watching, this is Karev saying peace, and we out.
Peace.
Real hip hop. Real